Coming up today on Houston Life, from pedal boats to some of the best Mexican cuisine in town. The top spots around the city to take out-of-town guests. And we are taking you sky high with another Not Your Average Joe adventure. Find out how your whole family can take an unforgettable flight this summer with Texas Biplane. Plus, we'll chat with Tony-nominated actress SHALITA Grant about her role on HBO Max's dark comedy series Search Party and the reason why she decided to move to Houston. And finally, a live musical performance in studio from Houston's own Christina Wells. We will learn the inspiration behind her brand new single and details on her upcoming show. All that and more happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
All right, it's Friday Eve. Welcome to Houston Life, everyone. Thursday, June 24th, 2021. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Danielle Robay, in for Courtney Zavala today. I can't believe it's already Thursday.
Already Thursday. This is your third day filling in. Yeah. And how are you feeling so far?
I mean, so far, it's almost over. I'm so sad.
Oh, don't be sad. Don't be sad. We'll have you back sometime. I'm glad we had a chance to sort of look around the city, and we'll get into that in just a bit as well.
I didn't get my barbecue, though. So I have to come back for that.
Well, here's the thing about Houston, too. There's so many things to see and do and experience, and the city is so spread out that you could spend years exploring and still just barely scratch the surface. So...
Speaking of scratching the surface, we have to dig right in today because we have so much to chat about with Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah.
I know how I'm excited for this. This is big news. So Britney Spears broke her silence in a court hearing yesterday. It was the first time we've heard her speak on her court-ordered conservatorship that's been in place for nearly 13 years.
Wow.
So she called in virtually. She spoke for more than 20 minutes and said, "I truly believe this conservatorship is abusive." So she said she felt she'd been forced to perform. She was given no privacy, made to use birth control, take medication like lithium, and attend therapy sessions against her will.
Wow, my goodness. I mean, a lot of people have a lot to say about this, and I know that ever since, when was it, 2008, when the conservatorship went in place?
Yeah,
a lot of people...
Do you remember kind of her breakdown?
A little bit of a breakdown, right? Yeah. And it really started a lot of conversations about mental health, but I can't imagine how frustrating that would be to have someone else making decisions about your life. It's almost like you're living your life as an outsider looking in, totally not in control of your family or your finances or your ability to just move about through the world.
Yeah, I mean, she says she's not allowed to have a baby or get married to her boyfriend. She's dating this guy, Sam Asghari. And I think everyone on the internet is chiming in. The whole Free Britney movement has just exploded. She was actually she became the single most searched celebrity worldwide yesterday after she broke her silence. One of those people who spoke on it was her ex-boyfriend, Justin Timberlake. I think we have his tweet. He was basically saying, please free Britney. We should all be supporting her at this time, and no woman should ever be restricted from making decisions about her own body. He went on to say that he and his wife, Jessica Biel, send their love. So I thought, to be honest, I thought it was a little weird that her ex-boyfriend chimed in, but I guess the rest of the world was chiming in, so why not?
I think it's great, though. As someone who is friends with most of my exes, I think it's cool when an ex can, you know, step forward and say, hey, this person may be my ex, but they were in my life for a reason. Yeah. I love them and, you know, loved them at one time at least. So I thought it was great that he made a statement. There was a lot of speculation, though, and scrutiny about Justin, though. The Free Britney, like, documentary, essentially, didn't paint Justin in the best light. That
was actually the first time that he made a statement about her, was right after that documentary came out, and he said, I owe an apology to Britney and to Janet Jackson for things that had happened in the past. So you're right. But I think times have changed, and I hope they change along with Britney, although court conservatorships are very difficult to break once they're put in place. So I don't know if anything will change, though her dad is her conservator right now, so maybe they will place a court-appointed conservator.
instead of the dad, because a
Yeah.
lot of people are saying the dad hasn't done the best job. Well, I guess we'll find out. I know pressure has been building about this for quite some time. Hey, some positive news.
Yeah.
Carl Nassib, so earlier this week, he announced in an Instagram post that he is gay, the first active NFL player to do so. Here's just a snap of that video from earlier this week. So he's a defensive lineman for the Raiders, in case you missed this big announcement on Monday. And according to Fanatics, that's the company that sells all the sports jerseys, paraphernalia, his jersey, number 94, has skyrocketed Monday and Tuesday, setting a record. Part of his announcement, he announced that he would be donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. The NFL is also going to match his donation. The full article is on NBCSports.com. It's interesting, though, what a difference a few years can make, because even years ago, the NFL remained kind of silent about this issue. And it's interesting how players still, you know, there's got to be more players out there who are gay and who just haven't come out, right?
Yeah.
But still, the pressure, I think this is just an example, what a big deal it is for him to take that step and come out. It's also interesting to me that during Pride Month in June, a lot of people are celebrating Pride, but you read some of like the hateful messages that come out on social media, and it's still out there. My feeling is discrimination is discrimination is discrimination. Whether you are discriminating based on race or gender identity or sexual orientation or religion or disability, people have all kinds of reasons or excuses why they think it's okay to treat someone differently.
I mean, there's no excuse, right?
And in my mind, yeah, there's no excuse. And I remember growing up, even years ago, before marriage equality was legal federally, and even just last year, you could still be fired for being gay in the United States. And when you look at suicide rates among young LGBTQ plus individuals, I mean, they're still disproportionately high, right? So there's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
But I used to think like, oh, why do people hate us so much? Or why is there so much hate? And now I think my feelings have sort of shifted, and anyone who is slow to embrace equality and slow to publicly say like, hey, this is great, we should celebrate diversity, I actually feel a bit of pity for that person.
Yeah, they're getting left behind.
Left behind. I mean, I think we all have a choice to be on the right side of history and to embrace other people. Maybe we don't understand or identify with those people, but I think we can all agree that everyone deserves respect and equal treatment. And if you're late to that game, then I guess you're the one who has to have that conversation with your kids and your grandkids and your coworkers and your neighbors, wondering what took you so long.
But that is why I was so excited to see most people's response to Carl Nassib's video. I mean, you saw J.J. Watts, Dwayne Wade, tons of professional athletes come out and support and retweet and repost and say, good for you. You know, I really love J.J. Watts' tweet. He embraced him, and then he said, I look forward to the day when this is not an announcement. And I couldn't have said it better myself. It was so wonderful. So I think it goes to show you that people are putting their money where their mouth is now that he has the #1 jersey in the NFL. That's awesome.
For sure. We love J.J. Watt, we love Carl Nassib, and we certainly love all the pioneers who came before him.
Yeah, and they're both so handsome.
I know, right? I agree.
All right, well, still to come, from green spaces to good food, Derek is taking me on a tour of the Bayou City.
Yeah, you're going to love this. Stay right there. Houston Life will be right back.
What you know about me? Just what the people say.
Welcome back to Houston Life. Danielle Robay, it's been so much fun having you in the co-host seat this week.
That's because you're so much fun.
Oh, please, stop
You should
it.
see Derek in the office. He is the life of the party upstairs.
What are you talking about?
You come in, you're like, you look so great, and you're so fun, and you bring up fun topics.
That is so nice of you.
Yeah,
That is
it's
so
true.
nice of you. Well, we've loved having you here, and I know it's been a bit of a whirlwind few days. I always feel pressure when people come to visit, like, where do we go? What
it's a
do I
lot of
show
pressure.
them? So yesterday, it was a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah.
But we decided to go and explore the city, and here's a look at what we found. Here it is.
Wow, look at this view.
Not bad, huh? Herman Park is one of my favorite places in the city because it is nearly 450 acres of land, and they have nearly 6 million visitors here every single year.
It looks enormous.
Yeah, it's huge.
And it's so beautiful. All the greenery, the grass, the trees. I can only imagine how beautiful concerts are here.
Yeah, Miller Outdoor Theater right there. If you're a kid in Houston and you come to Herman Park on a field trip, you'll probably go to the zoo and check out the park. But there's one tradition rolling down the hill that every kid does.
Well, then we have to try it.
Duh.
Let's go.
I think you just, like, get down and roll.
Oh, man.
Okay, the world spins.
Man, that's scary.
Yeah, once is enough. Good job.
Once or twice, I throw away the dice. 2, 3, 4.
I think we got it, right?
Yeah. This is a bit of a workout.
It is a bit of a workout. Here.
Or I'm out of shape, either
Oh my
one.
gosh, look at that turtle. Oh, hey, buddy. That was so cute.
This is really beautiful, though.
Isn't this so cool?
Oh, no, we have to call in the big dogs.
Tow truck. Danielle, I always love showing visitors around Houston. Discovery Green is always at the top of my list.
Yeah, so tell me the history. How did this come to be?
Well, back in the 1800s, this part of Houston was actually filled with very expensive homes. This was one of the wealthy neighborhoods. Then those homes went away, 2 parking lots, like many parts of downtown Houston, covered in surface parking lots. But in 2008, Discovery Green opened as part of a public-private partnership. And now, like with hotels and restaurants, there's so many things to do down here.
It looks like it. I want to just run around the park.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's run. You ready for your life to be changed?
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is why I came to Texas. All of this, but specifically this queso right here. This is why I came to Houston, y'all.
It's no accident that this queso is like square in front of you.
It's not fair that you just took the first bite of my queso.
I'm sorry. I think we're good.
I love Houston.
Houston loves you. Oh my goodness. And Chef Alex Padilla there is just so fantastic and lovely. What'd you think of the food?
I mean, everything was so good. I asked Chef Alex the 5 things that we had to have if I was never going to come back, and he brought out just the most delicious things.
The ceviche, the crab cake, the queso.
The queso something.
Asado. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
it's
so
good
delicious.
stuff. Also, we should point out, you didn't push that person down in Discovery Green. That was actually one of our staff members, Howard, and he was just caught off guard, so no.
He was trying to get the shot, you know? Anything for the shot. I appreciate his commitment.
Well, and I wanted to take you to the Manil collection, not just because Brandon works there, but it's a 30-acre campus right in the heart of the city, and they have all these different collection buildings where you can go and see contemporary art.
Wow.
It's a totally free museum, and that's where the Rothko Chapel is and the Drawing Institute. So next time you visit, I'll take you to the Manil.
You know, that's actually one thing that people told me about before coming to Houston is they said there's so much great art here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's interesting that you say that. Next time I'll have to check that out.
The museum scene is off the hook. The Museum of Fine Arts as well is beautiful. And Miller Outdoor Theater on Friday night, Christina Wells is performing. Tickets have already been distributed, but there will be a limited number of tickets available at 7 p.m. if you want to show up at the box office. And we're so lucky because Christina Wells is here on Houston Life Today.
Yeah, we get a sneak peek, although there's nothing better than an outdoor concert.
I know, it's true. It's true. Take your bug spray and your little mister too. Those come in handy. All right, now let's bring in Lauren Kelly, who has today's question of the day. Hey, Lauren.
Danielle, I'm so proud of you for the correct usage of the word y'all. You got into it. I'm so happy. All right. Well, we want to hear from you. Where do you take out-of-towners when they come to visit? And we already have some great answers coming in. Let's start with Penny. She writes in the front door and out the back. Bye, y'all. All right, let's go over to Susie. She writes NASA, Herman Park, Eastern Glades, San Jacinto Monument, Kemah, Galveston, and of course, any of the fabulous restaurants here in Houston. I couldn't agree more. Susie, hey, I know her. She's a friend of mine. Krista writes in the spot in Galveston, Rooster Vietnamese restaurant for grilled pork banh mi sandwiches, City Center for shopping, Enchanted Gardens Nursery, and my house for a tamale making party.
Ooh.
That is a list right there. And Jessica writes in Buc-ee's. It's funny because because it's true, which is definitely 100% somewhere that I would love to take someone. Head over to the Houston Life Facebook page and join the conversation. We'll share more of your comments a little bit later on. Danielle, Derek, what are you thinking when it comes to these spots around town? Where are you taking your guest?
I want to go to Krista's house for the tamale party.
That sounds good to me as well. I just realized too, Buc-ee's, does that even make sense to you, what Buc-ee's is?
No, what is that?
So when you go on a road trip, Buc-ee's is like the world's greatest gas station convenience store. And they're huge. They say they have the cleanest bathrooms. Oh my gosh, and Jason, our state manager, has a Buc-ee's t-shirt on today.
But my awesome. 3-year-old nephew's obsessed with it. He had a Buc-ee's party for his 3-year-old birthday party.
Hey,
look at that. It is no joke.
No joke.
Gas station. It's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a sight.
Yeah, well, come back and you will know what we mean, right? Like, you can't go on a road trip without Buc-ee's.
You have to see it to believe it, I think.
Yes.
It is true. All right, Lauren, that was fun.
Yeah,
and thanks to our viewers for their comments.
Absolutely.
Good times. All right, still ahead on Houston Life. It is our first musical performance. As we just mentioned, this is happening live in studio. We haven't had one since before the pandemic. We'll hear the latest single from the one and only Christina Wells.
And after the break, you know her from NCIS, New Orleans, and HBO Max's Search Party. Find out why actress SHALITA Grant found herself moving to Houston. We'll be right back.
Have you ever felt, while walking down the street at night, that there was someone behind you, watching you? I'm sure you've had this experience, and I know for a fact that my client, Dory Seif, has.
Oh my goodness, she plays the role so well. That was a clip of SHALITA Grant on HBO Max's dark comedy Search Party. The Tony-nominated actress has been getting some pretty major Emmy buzz for her outstanding work on the series.
Yeah, you can tell why. She joins us now with more on her Hollywood success and her special connection to Houston.
It's okay. Dog barking in the background is totally normal, SHALITA.
Yeah, there's actually a dog on set here usually, so you're in good company. So, SHALITA, you've been an actress for a long time, but you just moved to Houston. Why'd you move?
I moved for love. I moved to feel love and the greenery of Texas and the good food. But I moved for my partner, Jessica Aguilar. She's a Houston, born and raised. So yeah, we're in the Memorial Park area, and we're renovating her home, and you know, we've got a lot going on, just thriving.
That is fantastic. MMA fighter Jessica Jag Aguilar. You've seen her right here on Houston Life before. Well, congratulations. And a lot of people saw you on The Advocate magazine. I know you're an outspoken advocate for equal rights. I mean, truly, watching this clip of you on HBO's Search Party, our staff members have been raving about you because this role, this is quite a bit different than your work on NCIS New Orleans, where you had a much more serious role. So describe for people who haven't seen Search Party on HBO Max what the show is all about, because it's a comedy, but it's pretty dark.
Yeah, so it's making murder funny in the best, like, if I make it concise, it's like, it starts off, there's 4 seasons that are currently up on HBO Max, so it's perfect to binge. And it starts off with a missing woman, and Dory Seif is the main character, and she is like lost in her life, and she gets wrapped up in this mystery, and murder ensues in season 2. And my character Cassidy Diamond comes in season 3 to defend Dory and this gang of like the worst possible millennial personalities you've ever seen.
It looks so funny. And one of your other roles up next, we're going to see you in Netflix's You.
Yes.
That's a show that I watch, so I'm excited about that. But you're playing a momfluencer. What's a momfluencer?
Oh, you know a momfluencer. Don't play with me. You know YouTube. You know this mom. Hi, this is my Similac. I am sponsored. Sherry Conrad is the queen of her Madre Linda community. That's the name of the community that Joe and Love are going to infiltrate, for a lack of a better word. And toss our lives upside down. So Sherry, what I did in Search Party, Cassidy Diamond walked so that Sherry Conrad could run.
Oh, wow.
He's intense. And the most hilarious character I've had an opportunity to play.
That's saying something big.
Yeah, that's a good tease
It
right
really
there.
is.
Well, and
It's so
speaking
good.
of characters, Shalita, it is staggering when we are looking through all of the different roles you've played. The Santa Clarita Diet, you've been on The Good Wife, Bones, Mercy Street, which is the PBS Civil War drama series. We mentioned NCIS New Orleans. I mean, your Tony nomination. It is so incredible how many things you've done, yet a fun fact that our viewers may not realize is that you recently created a patent-pending natural hair treatment that will go nationwide in November. What's that all about?
Yes, so a lot of the NCIS fans, they knew that Sonia Percy's ponytails were always struggling, for lack of a better word. What they didn't know was that the actress was really suffering on that set. When I left that show, I had a bald spot in the center of my head, a traction alopecia. The front of my hairline was completely ravaged. I had about this much hair. In June 2017, going into season 4, which was my last season. When I left that show, I said, you know, I want to heal myself. I want to heal my hair. So I played this game where I was like, all right, I'm a cosmetic chemist and I only want to do natural products and I want to work on the issues that I'm having with my hair. And I developed this henna emulsion. And when I saw what one treatment did to my hair, I was like, this is amazing. It's life-changing. When I saw what 3 treatments did to my hair, I was like, I have to get this in the hands of every person with type 4 or afro hair because it's really solving all of the problems with our hair care.
Wow.
Dryness and moisture retention. It's balancing porosity. It's also contributing towards your length retention and your curl pattern. So we launched nationwide in November, and in the coming months, I'll be releasing more videos. We're doing a clinical trial so that we can shore up a lot of these claims. But when my patent goes through, I will be the second Black woman to own a patent for a natural hair product.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's really exciting. No, but specifically because you had such a personal experience with it. You know, I think a lot of people come out with products and they just slap their name on it. So the fact that this really worked for you is meaningful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for recognizing that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, Shalita Grant, you are a total star. Obviously, you already know that. But we are so proud to call you Houstonian. And I think it's just absolutely remarkable, not only what you've already done, but what you're about to do. So come see us again sometime on Houston Life.
I will, and I can't wait to sit on that couch with y'all.
One day soon.
She's got the y'all. She's got it.
You've got it down.
That's more than I can say for myself. Also, Derek is decorating his house, too, so you guys can chat about all the decor.
Yeah, the house
Oh, my
flipping,
God.
too.
Yeah, we've got a lot to chat about.
Okay, to be continued, Shalita. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Have a good one.
Thanks, you
Okay.
too. And you can catch all 4 seasons of Search Party on HBO Max. If you would like to connect with Shalita, you can head on over to our website, HoustonLife.tv, and click on the Scene on Houston Life section.
Now, let's send it over to Lauren, who's bringing awareness to an important health topic.
That's right, you guys. Coming up, June is Alzheimer and Brain Awareness Month. All month long, an opportunity to spread the word about putting an end to brain-related diseases. We'll share early warning signs to keep an eye out for. Plus, we'll get a look at what's coming up for the news at 4. Houston Life is back in just 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. Derek Shore here, along with Danielle Robay, filling in once again for Courtney Savella.
I know. Thanks to Courtney for letting me come. I hope she's enjoying her vacation.
I hope so, too. I'm sure she is.
Well, earlier in the show, we asked you, where do you take out-of-towners when they come to visit? I'm excited to see some of these answers and some of your favorite spots so I can learn about them. Naomi said, can't pick just one spot, depends on the guest. The art lovers go to the museum district, the shoppers to Galleria or outlets, and the sports enthusiasts go to a soccer match or baseball game. Yeah.
All right. And the foodies for the restaurants. Love that. Leslie writes in Galveston, Kima Boardwalk. Also love to drive by the refineries in Texas City at night. Well, they certainly light up the sky.
Ooh. And Ashley says Froberg Fruit and Vegetable Farm, Greek Smokehouse, Alvin, Texas. I haven't heard of any of those.
Okay, well, we're making your list. Take you next time. Jessica writes in, the only out-of-town visitors we get are my parents and sister. They love going to IKEA. Okay.
That's funny.
You know what? That works. There's a lot of good stuff there.
I mean, everything's great at IKEA.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's check in with Christine, Lauren, and Justin for a look at what's coming up on the news at 4 o'clock.
I got lost the last time I was trying to get out of IKEA.
I was just going to say, like, your phone doesn't work in IKEA. You can't even GPS your way out of that. Because,
I know.
Because they have those little things, you know, you have to go that certain way.
Right.
I turned around one time and some dude was like, where are you going? I was like, I'm just going back.
I'm just trying to find the lamps.
You were causing
Seriously.
problems, Justin.
I was like,
Go with the flow.
I just need dish towels. That's all.
I know.
So.
Also, Derek is the best tour guide. When I first moved here, I mean, he was like, I'm going to take you everywhere. And I was able to see the city in such wonderful ways thanks to you.
That is so sweet. You know, I like to get out and explore, and one of the best parts about this job is that even if you move to a new city, you learn it pretty quickly. So happy to be tour guide anytime.
We love it. We love it. Okay, so if you are out and about, though, today, Justin, a little steamy.
Yeah, definitely a little steamy once again. We figured that would be the case if you are outside this afternoon, or if you're going to head out and your kids got practice or whatever it is that you got to do, you're going to try to squeeze that run in. Be ready because it is warm out there. Now, interestingly enough, you look and you say, oh, it's not too bad. Low 90s, that's about where we should be this time of year, and that's true. But you factor in the humidity with all that southeast wind that we're seeing, and we've got a couple of spots that are starting to crumple back up into the mid-90s, but it feels more like it's anywhere from about 100 to 110 out in some spots. So this is the type of heat that if you're out there and you're not hydrated, or certainly at least not finding a way to find some shade or some AC soon, this is going to cause some trouble. So just be careful in the next couple of hours. But we should see things start to improve as we get towards this evening. Mostly clear skies as well, and the strawberry supermoon full starting this afternoon to tonight. If you get a chance, snap a picture, put it on Click 2 Pins for us. We'd love to have that tonight at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, we've got a few showers out there on the north side, a couple of around the Woodlands. We've got some of those just to the north working their way away from Lake Conroe, and that's about it. And I don't expect to see much more for the rest of this evening. So if you can do a little grilling and chilling, it's just hot out there. We'll see the temperatures slowly fall back into the upper 80s. And we've got a sticky night out there once again. Some isolated storms that'll wind down. And then as we turn the page to the weekend and next week, ladies, we're going to start to see things get a little stormy once again. It'll cool things off, but obviously the catch-22, that is, you're going to be watching for some pretty hefty downpours as well. We'll talk about all that coming up here at 4 o'clock.
All right, very good, Justin. We'll see you in a bit. All right, here's some of the stories we're covering for you at 4 o'clock today. We are following a breaking story from Surfside, Florida. A wing of a 12-story beachfront condo building collapsed early this morning. One person has been found dead, and dozens of people are unaccounted for as rescue workers continue to pull people from the rubble.
Home prices reach a record high in the U.S., and Houston is falling in line with that average when we could see some relief for people who are looking to buy a home.
And chocolate lovers, this one is for you. We know that dark chocolate can have some health benefits, but don't count milk chocolate out just yet. What a new study found about the sweet treat and the best time of day to eat it for the best health benefits. So that's probably the best news of the day, you guys.
Wow, the best time of day to eat it even.
I know.
How about all day, every day?
Yeah, I was like, isn't that an hour that ends in 0?
Right?
Good one, Justin. All right, everyone, we'll see you at 4 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Shifting gears now, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. It's a great time to have conversations about brain health.
Yeah, it's never too late to incorporate healthy brain habits into your routine. And Lauren Kelly joins us now with more.
Hey guys, stress is a normal part of life, but when it interferes with your daily activities and your sleep, it may be time to seek help. We asked the professionals for some advice on a few common brain-related concerns. You know, something people should always be mindful of is the brain, and knowing when a concern is more than just stress related. And here at Elite Care 24-hour Emergency Center in the Rice Village, we're talking about brain awareness today, and Dr. Christopher Greaves joins us now on when you should get in to see an ER doctor, right?
Exactly.
What happened? You dropped it.
I don't know. Could I be having a stroke?
What are the signs of a stroke, doctor?
Well, it can be immediate hand or leg weakness, change in vision, loss of vision, slurring of your speech, Those are the cardinal signs and symptoms of a massive stroke.
So when somebody comes in here and you hear them say, I think I'm having a stroke, you're going to determine on the symptoms that they've had or have been having and point them in the right direction.
Correct. And that's here. We can immediately assess your symptoms, get a CT scan to see if there's been an acute or a recent stroke, quickly treat you if we need to with thrombolytics, and ultimately refer you into the hospital or to the office appropriately to see a neurologist.
Because, of course, when it comes to strokes, quickness is key.
Exactly. And that's just it. That's why it's important to pay attention to what's going on with your brain, because sometimes it's not just acute. Sometimes it's been occurring over multiple days to multiple weeks.
And you're just now noticing it, right?
Exactly. And that's sometimes it's a friend or family member, more importantly, a coworker, where you've been doing new tasks and learning them no problem, and then all of a sudden, you can't learn a new task.
Which comes to stress. Let's talk about when stress actually turns into a medical problem.
Well, that's just it. Here at Elite Care, we are scientific detectives. And by asking you questions, examining your neurologic function, reviewing that CT scan, then we can determine, is it something acute like a stroke, or unfortunately if it's something more assiduous like dementia. Now, when we all return to work after COVID, yes, it's going to be a different type of stress. And unfortunately, a lot of us hold on to too much stress, and it interferes with our daily functioning, where we start forgetting things or we can't get things done. But the key problem with dementia is inability to learn new tasks that you were previously able to do so.
And when it comes to memory loss, again, quickness is key, getting into an ER doctor.
Yes, because again, that could indicate a very tiny stroke, but it could also indicate the beginnings of dementia. And we're too aware that Alzheimer's is first and foremost a major medical problem in our 60-year-old population.
Well, doctor, you always have the great information that we all look for. If you guys need more info, just log on to EliteCareHouston.com or give them a call today at 713-527-4400. Always a pleasure speaking with Dr. Greaves. He's got great information that's definitely helpful for lots of situations. So glad to spread the word.
Yeah. I also like how he made it fun, Lauren.
Yes, he is the best at making it fun in there, for sure.
Okay, very nice. Thanks, Lauren.
Sure. Thank you. All right, well, coming up, we'll check in with Joe Sam, who's been flying high, flight with Texas biplane.
Plus, we have a live performance from the one and only Christina Wells. Stay right there. Houston Life is coming right back.
Welcome back here to Houston Life. You already hear all of what's going on behind us. That's because we are at the West Houston Airport. We're talking about the flight that we just took up in the sky with Texas biplane. I have Carl here with me as well as Kenny. Kenny was our helicopter operator, so Paul, our photographer, went up with Kenny. I was in this beautiful biplane behind us with Carl. We have to learn all about this because you're going to be offering these flights to the community to go up in the sky too as well.
That's right. We both do flight tours around Houston. Go downtown, check out Gallery on the way, check out Minute Maid Park. I go over to NRG Stadium, we fly all kinds of different spots. Whether you like the helicopter or the biplane, we got different options. It's a good time.
Absolutely. And then both of you have military experience, so we're going to start with you first because you have experience flying these helicopters, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of time. Actually, I didn't fly in the Army. I was a mechanic. So knowing the insides and out of it's actually pretty helpful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the same for you too, all right? Carl, you've been flying for how long?
Since 1995, started before the Air Force Academy, UPT, pilot training in the Air Force, and then flew F-16s for most of my 20 years.
Tell everyone about our experience up in the sky because we visited all different areas of Houston.
Well, the first thing is my motto is freedom's in the air. So when we get up there, anything else on the ground just kind of goes away. It's just having a good time. And you've seen it a couple times now. Just checking out the views, checking out the scenery, and it's nothing but just having a good time flying in the air and and getting away a little bit.
It really was. We had a great time, and then you had to fly adjacent to the biplane, so you had to make sure you kept your eye coordination on point.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Kyle's a really good pilot, and being able to fly next to him is pretty easy, except when he starts turning, then I got to play catch up.
Right. It was really fun being up there. I had an absolutely amazing time as we were up there. I had probably a different view, a different perspective of Houston, looking down into Minute Maid, looking down into the Toyota Center, looking down into all of those different places that we checked out. This is something that's really cool for others to come and do. So tell us, why do you think it'll give them a different experience whenever they're up in the air?
Well, there's a couple of things we can do. You mentioned the downtown. We got to see that. That was awesome today. We also go, I'll fly down away from things. So I'll head away from Houston out into kind of the middle of nowhere, and we do some barnstorming without the barns and minus the barn part. So we get down low, safely away from everything, and check out that scenery down there as well. So we got the city where we live. We got remote, some of the flying fun out there. I know the helicopter's doing the exact same thing, having some fun, so it's good.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we want everyone else to get out here and try it, just like I tried it for an absolutely great experience. Tell people really quickly, how can they come and find this experience on their own?
TexasBiplane.com.
There we go. And you're available when?
Right now, 7 days a week. We're flying it whenever someone wants to come out. We'll work the scheduling.
Oh, yes. Well, Carl, Kenny, thank you guys so much for having us up there. Danielle, Derek, let me tell you guys, what a wonderful time we've had out here. It has been absolutely amazing. We're going to send things back to you guys, but you're going to have to come and experience this yourself. Danielle, I know you did a lot of things around town. This is going to be another one you're going to have to add to your bucket list.
You know, I was just telling Derek how brave Joe is. That is wild. I can't believe you did that.
It is super cool. A great way to see the city as well. Joe Sam, thanks so much. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, it is our very first in-studio musical guest since before the pandemic.
Yep, Christina Wells is joining us live in studio and treating us to a special performance of her newest song. Don't go anywhere. Houston Life. We'll be right back. This is the highlight of my time in Houston. That is the talented Christina Wells with the remix of her hit song, Ready or Not.
The powerhouse vocalist has been singing with pride all over H-Town, and after more than a year, we are so thrilled to welcome her back in studio today. Christina Wells, so good to see you. I want to stand up and cheer. First of all, why wasn't I invited to be an extra in that music video?
It makes real sense now. That was at Hamburger Mary's, so I should have been like, Derek, baby, come on in.
You know, I wondered, okay, but catch us up on the last year and a half during the pandemic, because people obviously fell in love with you years ago on America's Got Talent.
Yes, I'm very grateful America's Got Talent set it off.
And you are a mom and a brand new grandmother, folks. You have a one-year-old grandson.
I do. It's been crazy. My boys now, my oldest son is 22 and married, and he has a little boy, he's 1. And then my youngest son is going to college. Like, she's a grandma. Can you even tell, though? You can't tell, right?
No, you
okay,
can't
good, because I'm moisturizing.
What do your kids think about your music video?
Oh, my kids have always been like, Mom, you got this. And they're not impressed. Like, it takes a lot to impress my children. So whenever I do something, they're like, okay, Mama. I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. The boys said I'm doing good.
You're doing so good. Your website says all fabulous all the time. And when I got here, I was like, yes, she is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So true. Do you want to give a shout out to some of your coworkers who are watching right now?
So for those of you who don't know, I'm a registered nurse, and prior to COVID, I had quit working and I had started singing full time, which was like a dream. But of course, just like everybody else, COVID kind of took that away, the opportunity to perform. And I got a job. I work at Houston Physicians Hospital in Webster. I'm a case manager, and people are watching today on their computer. So hi, everybody. Hi, Thea. Hi, everyone. Mwah, mwah.
Awesome.
You're making them proud.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I get to still use my nursing. Like, I won't lie, during COVID, my singing career, you know, every events left, everything left, and I was
dried up.
It did, and I was, you know, crying like everybody else was, just like what to do. And my sister goes, well, you know, you have a bachelor's degree. You can go work as a nurse. And I was like, oh yeah.
I guess I could.
I forgot. So, but yeah, so I started looking for a job again, and I didn't find a hospital that just would let me work there or just, you know what I mean, be another employee. I found a place that really accepts me for who I am as a person completely. Like, I went in, I'm like, yes, I sing, I do all these things, but I'm very committed to my patients and my patient care. And so they love me as I am, and I appreciate that. And they give me space for things like this today to come and be here with you guys.
Well, we have to talk about your music career because you have a new single called Somebody.
Yes.
Okay, so did you write that during COVID?
No, actually, I wrote that song back in 2018. So I don't talk about it a ton, but I had gone through a major breakup in 2017. And, you know, it's always the way it is. When, you know how they say the triangle, you can't have all points, you know, music or money, finance, career, family, business. It can't all be going at the same time. And so I'm finally getting to sing. I'm on TV, and I'm really lonely, and I'm going through this major breakup. And I used to really struggle with the concept that if I didn't have someone who was in love with me, that I didn't have as much value as a person. And I would lay in bed, and I would literally say this to myself, like, just because I don't have somebody doesn't mean I don't have anybody. Like, people love me. I just need to remind myself, because you get down and you go into that negative mental spiral. And so this was something I would say to myself. And
this gave me chills.
But we have to remember this.
We
you know, our inherent value is not based on whether or not we have a romantic-based relationship. And as a society, oftentimes we think that, like, oh, you're single? Well, are you looking to date someone? You know what I'm saying? And so I really had committed to being single and living my life and figuring out how to love myself, work on my music, and develop myself as a person. And I wrote this song in the middle of the night. I sang it into my phone, and it literally is these same words. And my son Ty and I, the next day, I showed it to him, and he was like, well, let's change it up, Mama. Like, just because I don't got somebody doesn't mean I don't got anybody. I was like, okay, I like that. And so we worked on the lyrics, and I think I'm one of those people that I love it when I do it, but then later I look at it and I'm like, this isn't any good. Or this is for some little young pop star, and I'm not her. Like, this is for some little girl that's 21 and she's bopping, and I'm a big old lady. I don't need to be singing this. And I put it away, and it wasn't until during COVID, some friends of mine had me over. And Bass Heavy is a production company, and he was there at the party, and he said, hey, come up to the studio and let's play on the microphone. And here it is, Somebody.
And we're about to hear it. And for people who follow you on social, they know you are happily in love with Chef Ted. Christina, we're going to let you get ready to perform. While you do that, we do want to remind our viewers that your brand new single, Somebody, is available on Spotify, iTunes, and other music streaming platforms. A reminder, you can also catch Christina live tomorrow night at Miller Outdoor Theater at 8:30 p.m. The box office opens at 7. There are still a few tickets left, so you can show up and try to grab them.
And now here she is performing her new original song, Somebody. Christina Wells, take it away.
Up in my room, looking round with nothing to do. Scrolling don't help, done read all the books on my shelf. You're in the past, yeah, I thought our love it would last. I don't need you, rather be alone than a fool. Just because I don't got somebody, don't mean I don't got anybody. Don't need no one to hold the night. Yeah, I got my girls, it'll be alright. Just because I don't got somebody, don't mean I don't got anybody. Don't need no one to hold the night. Yeah, I got my girls, it'll be alright. Free to choose myself, got me feeling like no one else. Trying to feel the need, feed my soul, not my body. Just because I don't got somebody, don't mean I don't got anybody. Don't need no one to hold the night. Yeah, I got my girls, it'll be alright. Just because I don't got somebody, don't mean I don't got anybody. Don't need no one to hold the night. Yeah, I got my girls, it'll be alright. Wrote a note, I was thinking fast. Had to remember these feelings won't last. Gotta know that I'm not alone. So I wrote
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, Tangi Patton of Good Taste TV is back with a refreshing watermelon ceviche recipe. This is perfect just in time for the summer.
Plus, Grammy Award-winning singer and actor Tyrese Gibson is chatting about his role in the new movie F9 and his live concert in Houston this July.
And once again, we say goodbye with the one and only Christina Wells. You can catch her tomorrow night at Miller Outdoor Theater. So tickets sold out, but the box office held just a handful to distribute at 7?
Yeah, there's always the Hill too. So there are tickets distributed at 7. But if you want to come, go on the Hill, bring a picnic blanket, maybe a box of wine.
Sounds good to me.
I wish I was staying for that. That was so much fun. You're amazing.
Thank you very much.
You can change your flight, Danielle. It's not too late.
I mean.
We'll see you all tomorrow night with Christina. That does it for Houston Life today. We're going to toss it on over to Christine and Lauren.
Please tell her that we think she's amazing. We were over here like, oh,
Agreed.
so good. And the box of wine, we're here for that for sure.